ball short of the 35th over and Australia struggling at 161 for 6. Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm box. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Ajay, Jadeja. You would have to say, if not game, set, match India, advantage India, solid advantage India at this point.
Absolutely. You've got, what, 1/3 of the game yet to go.
Yeah.
And you've got 6 wickets and there's not much batting to follow. So from here on, it's all up to India. If you let Australia come back into the game from here and have any chance in this game, that'd be sad.
Yeah, because you'd look at least 100 runs from here, 110 perhaps for Australia to have even a fighting chance to get to 270, maybe even 275. But for that, Maxwell has got out just at the stroke of a ball short of the 35th over. First, let's talk about that brilliant catch by Bhuvi.
Outstanding. We all saw that, how he dived and got there at the end. But the effort that he made, because he kept going for the catch. Normally you see a lot of fast bowlers at the end or even in the middle of the innings when the ball goes up, and if it's a half chance, because this was one of those where you could have actually taken it one bounce and try and save that boundary, but he was going for it all the way. He was committed, and at the end, in fact, the ball went a little left. It drifted right at the end, but his hands were solid. And
he's a solid fielder. Think about the fact that, for the last 6-8 months, he's been troubled by that back. And once you add that and the wind and the big ground, that makes that catch really a, 12 on 10, really, if you'd give one. Chahal, of course, has picked up 3 wickets. Shami has just picked up this wicket right now. You look at 161 for 6. At 162 for 6 now, after that one ball was bowled. Then to 35th over. You still come back. I spoke to Zach about this at the end of the 15th over. Did we miss a trick by not putting the foot on the jugular? You've got them 30 for 2 at 10 overs. Don't bowl your 5th and 6th. Just press, get your attacking bowlers in and just snuff out the game right there.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. And, I heard you guys. And like even Zach said, there are 2 ways of doing it. But as you mentioned, I think that's the right way of doing it. Because, if you were in any sport, when you have the advantage, you got to make the most of it.
Yeah.
Because you start a game, there's a chance for each other to win. You wait for these moments, and the difference between good teams or good players versus great players is only this, that they seize those moments much better than the others. Whereas I thought you let that moment go. Although when you look at that score, people would be wondering if they've just joined us saying, oh, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
But because at one stage they were 30 for 2.
At the end of 10 overs.
Yeah. So, and this wicket is a little sticky. It has a little help for seamers. It's double pace, it's spinning, it's holding. So, yes, I know Australia is not a good side here, but if they were a good side and you allow a team from 30 for 2 in over number 10 on a sticky wicket to get to 80 for 2 with not taking much chances, and you put in all your weaker bowlers, and that's why I'm not a big fan of 6 bowlers. I'm a big fan of pure 5 bowlers, and that's the only reason. Because this is what happens, then the captain is thinking in the game, looking at those moments, saying, where can I get 3 more overs from my 5th and 6th bowler away? Whereas you let the game drift. Luckily, I think it drifted away. Unfortunately for Australia, they lost a few wickets and then they're still out of the game.
Yeah, because Chahal only started bowling in the 23rd over and he picked up 2 wickets in the first over itself. Sean Marsh and Usman Khawaja, the 2 guys who've been troubling India, sort of building those middle over partnerships, had got 50 runs in those 10 overs from 10 to 20, and he gets them both immediately. Then Rohit Sharma with that catch. That catch was pretty good as well.
That's another outstanding catch as well, because he played it off the back foot. He wasn't leaning forward, which takes away a couple of meters, and the slip fielder in the spin, when the spin bowler is bowling, is not too far, so you have very little time to react, and it was low to his right. And Rohit Sharma, has got beautiful hands, there's no doubt about it. But when it comes to making that little extra effort, you don't see Rohit doing that. But here he was just under the ball, and an outstanding catch, and that really turned the game from there.
And for me, that first catch as well that Virat took in the second slip, he actually moved a step. That's why I say he's a robot. How did he find that? I've never seen a slip catch where a guy has enough time to move on his feet. How does he do this?
One he's super fit, and and Virat Kohli reacts probably to things much quicker than the other people. The only thing that I feel that could have happened is because the catch was off the glove, and it ballooned a bit, and which allowed him to take a couple of steps.
But Still seems bizarre.
But you never see that in the slips, especially in Australia. They're flying to you, and you don't have time to just get your hands there. Forget about getting your body there. But fitness does make a difference, and Virat Kohli is super fit.
We can tell strategy strategy for India now, obviously you've got Bhuvi. You want to be a bowling captain at this time because your key bowlers have all the overs left and you're going to take it to the 50th. India would not want to take it to the 50th. They'd want to snuff this Aussie team out. Probably 210, 220. You've got the tail exposed a little bit. Get him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's numbers something that depends on how the game goes. But once you've got 6 wickets, Shami's just come back. This was his first over in the second spell. He's only bowled 5. You want to bring your best 2 bowlers on now.
Yeah.
You, as an Indian captain or from the Indian point of view, you don't want Australia to bat 50 overs. If they bat 50 overs, even if they're crawling there, but you don't want that to happen because when you're practicing, and we've seen that with this Indian team, they're working towards the World Cup. There will be situations where you will have to pick wickets to be in the game or come back. So you got to play like that. Forget about this game as they've done. They've replaced 3 players. So I feel that if I see Captain Virat Kohli going back to Ravindra with an open field or bringing back Bhuvneshwar and has an open field, then that would be disappointing for me. But if he's still attacking, trying to pick up a wicket, because don't forget, this is a side that you've bowled out many a times this summer, even in test match cricket. Now you're down to the tail, and if you're not looking for wickets, that would sadden me more than the total that you're
Attack, as they say, attack is the best form of defense. We will attack you in Cricbuzz Live. That's going to be in the mid-innings break. See you then.